Wait, why are you so far up Alex Wassabi's ass? Like, I don't get it. Like, you're on your knees licking this dude's crack. Like, what is going on? What's really going on here? Listen, I uploaded a Twitter video saying that Alex Wassabi deserves absolutely no fucking respect on how he's handled this situation. One, the promotion, all right? Once he gets the fight with KSI, he doesn't promote. He doesn't tweet. He doesn't fucking upload YouTube videos. He doesn't do anything to promote the event. And you say, well, no one else is promoting the event. Like, somehow I'm wrong for calling out Alex Wassabi, who is, the main card. He's the main, it's his event. It's his, he is the main card. It's Alex Wassabi versus KSI. His job is to promote his fight. You know that. Why are you saying, well, no one else is promoting they're on the undercard, all right? What planet are these opinions coming from? They're not from Earth, Wade. They're not from fucking Earth. You saying that, Keemstar's making conspiracy theories that Jake was involved in. No, what I said is everyone has a right to have those conspiracy theories because Alex Wassabi did not come out and explain himself. Alex Wassabi has been telling us on YouTube for years that you probably weren't there. You're like kind of new to this thing. Maybe you were there, maybe you weren't. I don't really fucking know. You just popped off recently. So I don't know if you're like really from this entertainment influencer space or if you're from the fighting space and you're trying to interject yourself in this community. But for us in the entertainment space, we've seen the history of Alex Wassabi calling out KSI and not showing up. And then KSI, a top-tier boxer, the very top of influencer boxing is Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and KSI. And maybe Austin McBroom. That is it. There's nobody higher than that. Alex Wassabi gets an opportunity to fight a top-tier influencer boxer, KSI, and doesn't promote his fucking event? He gets the opportunity and doesn't explain why he's dropping. Do you know how much pressure is on Alex Wassabi of him dropping out of a fight with KSI again for at least the second, maybe third time that he had an opportunity to fight KSI and him dropping out? Do you know how much pressure there is on him to explain what happened and he doesn't do it? We're out here talking about it to the fucking community and we're telling you what's going on, but Alex Wassabi himself isn't? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand this ass kissing, all right? Like, are you trying to get a job with Jake or something? Are you trying to butter up and like make sure you get some opportunity? Like what? Where's this coming from? Any logical person that's been in this community that's seen the interactions between Alex Wassabi and KSI is going to have some fucking serious questions. And you try to turn it on us like we're trying to say that Alex isn't really injured. No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is it's suspicious. It's strange. It's shady. They're just... Everyone knows that Alex Wassabi needs to upload a Twitter video explaining what's going on, explaining everything, and he just hasn't. He fucking hasn't. His behavior is shady in this space. These are not pro fighters. This is not like a pro boxer not making a statement. These are influencer boxers, all right, that have fans, thousands of fans that they're talking to, that they're hyping up. Alex Wassabi is sitting there saying to KSI, if you ever come down to my weight, I'm going to humble you. And then has to drop out of the fight because of a fucking injury and doesn't explain himself. Wade, that's suspicious as fuck. What I said in that Twitter video is that everybody has a right to run with a conspiracy theory that foul play might be involved, that Jake might be involved. Because Alex Wassabi hasn't proved otherwise. Alex Wassabi's behavior is strange. Him not promoting the fight. Him not coming out with a fucking Twitter video, a YouTube video, explaining, saying to his fans, I'm sorry I let you down. You know, like, it doesn't make sense to us. It might make perfect sense to you because I don't think you're really a part of this fucking community. You're trying to get in, but you don't know the background. You don't know the history. You don't know how the entertainment space works and how it operates because it probably feels normal to you because you're an outsider, not an insider. That's why when I'm DMing you, I'm giving you the tips of what's going on behind the scenes because you don't really know.
So the Keemstar video, let's get one thing clear. This is between myself and Keemstar. The opinions that we both have on the situation is kind of where I've lived this entire time. And to be fair, yeah, some of the talking points that people that I guess followed what Keemstar said are being thrown out there, so I addressed them as well. But that's where this stays. That's nothing to do with KSI or DAZN or Misfits Boxing, which again, I'm pumped to be a part of. I cannot wait for August 27th. Content coming crazy next week for it, so stay tuned. I'm actually excited to even commentate beside Keem, but let's talk about some of these things he said. He called me an ass kisser. It's a harsh way to start, Keem. He called me an ass kisser. He said that there's no way that I would be saying the things I was saying, and kind of insinuated that I'd been being paid off by Jake and their team. But Keem, you know better than anyone that I can't be bought out. And it's funny you're wearing your Happy Punch hat in the rant you made, because between me and you, we know who was supposed to be a part of Happy Punch and who came to who to buy out someone's channel. I'll just leave it there, but I think you know that I can't be bought out. Outside of that, you said that Alex was being shady. You said that the things he was doing to not promote were shady, and that he had been calling for this fight with KSI for years. Keem, yes, I'm from the pro scene. I started in the pro scene. You called me someone that didn't understand the influencer side or the entertainment side, but how many guys on YouTube have called for sparring matches and never showed up? How many guys have gone back and forth and just didn't accept any, right? That's happened so much over 3 years. For you to try to justify it as Alex pulling out of a fight versus not showing up to spar KSI, I think those are two different things. I mean, they are two different things. But you also said that he was shady in the way he wasn't promoting. Yes, I will agree with you that Alex should have promoted more. 100%. He should have been promoting like a main eventer. I agree with that. But the problem I had wasn't that he shouldn't have promoted more. I didn't say, yeah, Alex should sit on his hands and do nothing. You called him a disgrace. You said that he should be not booked by anyone else because of this, and he was an embarrassment. Those things, you can say he's an embarrassment. You can say he's, but to act like and almost bury him and say he shouldn't be booked because he wasn't doing enough promotion, it's kind of silly to me. Again, if it's in his contract to do so and he wasn't doing it, he's breaking the contract, then obviously there's some other things at play. But if not, and Alex, we already know from the DEJI fight, isn't a great promoter, doesn't like to do the back and forth. I don't think that we can bury him and say this is some kind of big conspiracy scandal and it's shady when he didn't do the same thing in the Showstar event. It's not new, right? So it's just how Alex is, and whatever. I leave it there. You brought up the fact that I brought other fighters into it, and I only did that for transparency. You said Alex was a disgrace, but said nothing about these other guys. And I understand Alex carries a higher weight, but you have some guys on that card that aren't promoting either, so I'd be careful about throwing the word disgrace around when we're trying to remain transparent here. Then you said that Alex was being shady about his concussion and not speaking up quickly enough. Well, to be fair, Alex was holding off on speaking, and you know this just as well as I do, Keem, because DAZN told him to, because they wanted to get their press in order before they announced, and you leaked that story along with Jake. And at that point, it was out. Alex had a concussion. Even though, we didn't know the extent of it then, Alex then confirmed a couple days later on his Instagram he had said concussion. And again, the proof continues to come out. I don't know when people are going to accept that. But again, to say that Alex never wanted to fight KSI, to say those things were he was just going to pull out or insinuate that, it's not true. And that's why I responded the way I did. I'm not defending Alex. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, regardless of what the story or narrative is. And I didn't like that you kind of tried to peddle that narrative after saying Alex never wanted that fight. Wasn't true. After bringing up the Tommy Fury thing, which again, same time frame as when Alex started to drop his evidence. And again, you said I only get the things that you give me, which is not true. And that evidence will come out, I'm sure, at some point. But that's not my liberty to give up sources. If you want to do that, fair play. Outside of that, man, yeah, listen, this is silly to me. Keem, like I said, I like you. You can slander, you can say all the things you want about me, but at the end of the day, you made claims about Alex that weren't true, and you told people to run with a conspiracy theory. You said you should have conspiracy theories that Jake had something to do with Alex pulling out without knowing if that was true, and that's what I had a problem with. Alex has a concussion, and this happens in the fight game. That you said that I don't understand the entertainment side, and I'm shoehorning my way in, right? I would say that I'm trying to be the most unbiased to each side as possible, and whether you believe that I have a place in this scene or not doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to be here regardless. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. The back history of KSI and Alex is something that maybe I don't understand as much as you do, but I didn't have to understand this situation. A spar isn't a fight. Alex signed a fight. He was going to fight, got hurt and pulled out. It happens. Welcome to the fight game, and I guess the influencer fight game. There it is.